story to score. Every year, almost, we will get a topic from the field of development. So, development as a topic, I'm keeping it in a broader sense. So, mainly the source of this topic is economy. So, when you study for your mains, make sure that you understand the conceptual parts well. And everything related to the economy, can be of use when you deal with such topics. So, the conceptual clarity and the proper usage of examples are important here. If you read magazines like Yojana and Kurukshetra, they are also very useful when you have to deal with topics from the field of development. Beyond that, there is one more thing you should be familiar with is the government initiatives and programs which deals with development. This is a major area for your prelims as well as mains. So, you should know the name, the performance and the target groups and things like that of different welfare and development programs of Government of India. And for this, you better check the government websites, and of course, there are special websites like Better India, which gives you a lot of real examples, successful examples where, NGOs and panchayats and other kind of local initiatives where they brought in good changes in the society. So, that can be used as an additional source. So, these are your areas for the development, and as I mentioned early in the introduction of this segment, never ever come up with your own version of development. Like in some village, some person, he brought in a solar plant and made changes. If it is a real story, use real names and write it. We have a lot of examples like this story of this person who made a road to his village, and we have this example of this MBA graduate called Chavi who became a Sarpanch in a Rajasthan village and who brought a lot of change. So, use real examples rather than coming up with some names of some A, B, C, D and and they tried to bring some change. Rather than that, use real examples. So, for example, let me give you a topic here. There was a question in recent years like poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. So, in a crux, this means when we are living in a globalized world, if one place is affected, invariably it will affect every other place in the world. This is particularly true when it comes to diseases. Say for example, this COVID-19 started as a thing in China and it became a global pandemic. Similarly, we are not able to eradicate a disease like polio because not every country is fully into the vaccination program. So, I am just using this as an example, but similarly, when it comes to the pricing of items and the general measures of welfare by the international organizations, if one country is poor, it automatically affects the other countries. That's why international agencies like World Bank, they always concentrate on eradication of poverty in the broader sense of the term, and they encourage good governance and decentralization. So, this kind of topic again, if you are in the habit of reading development related books, say for example people like Amartya Sen, this is an area where you clearly could use their examples. And for most of the things, you could bring in real life success stories. Say for example, this Kudumbashree of Kerala is a very good example of self-help groups, and there are places in India where the local self-government were doing really well, like Rajasthan. So all these things can be put as introduction when you get a topic like development. And for that, poverty and how it affects the prosperity, you could start with this pandemic examples, or how the malnutrition and other kind of things, how it generally affects the world, and you could bring in other dimensions related to the globalization for that particular topic. So again, for topics like development, you won't be, from the world of literature, you may not get too many examples. So you have to make use of the real world examples. This development as an area, since it keeps coming in not only in your economics segment, but related to your other papers also, like your paper 2, polity and governance also deals with this developmental aspects, you will get plenty of real life examples. So additionally, make sure that apart from the name of the schemes and its peculiarities, you jot down real successful stories. So that stories are going to fetch you marks in this particular segment. So not from the world of literature, but from the world of reality for this particular topic called development. So thank you for watching, and we will move on to another segment next week.